What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Even though Riverdale has become one of the greatest crime dramas in recent years, the writers made an interesting choice to toss in a few musical numbers along the way. The show has seen dozens of covers of songs pop up over the years, and as much as some viewers may hate them, an overwhelming number of people love the songs and the musical episodes. Let's dive into 10 of the best songs ever featured on Riverdale. Before we get started, be sure to hit that like button and ring the notification bell for more videos. Josie and the Pussycats' Milkshake. So in case you missed it, a few years ago, Josie and the Pussycats put together a glorious cover of the iconic song Milkshake. This song was released back in 2003 by Kellis and has become one of the most popular songs of all time, with parodies coming out almost every day. It's a shame to see that Josie and the Pussycats have now retired, but we are happy they were able to put out this masterpiece of a song. But did you know that Ashleigh Murray, the star behind Josie's character, isn't actually a singer? She says she has never aspired to be a singer, nor does she have any practice singing. She says the crew simply asked her to sing the song, and luckily for her, she was able to carry the tune pretty well. It's almost unbelievable that this girl doesn't have some sort of vocal training in her past, but she insists that she has no plans of becoming a singer or ever singing again, unless the role requires it.
It's better than yours, I can teach you, but I have to charge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like...
The World According to Chris. This is a pretty interesting song, and I'm sure a lot of us have never even heard of it before. The World According to Chris comes from 1988 when the Stephen King book Carrie was adapted into a musical. Who would have thought that a graphic, horrific, yet compelling novel would be turned into a musical? Lawrence Cohen, apparently. He was the mastermind behind the entire production. The song was written specifically for the play, but the Riverdale cast did a great job making it fit into the series. The song is performed by Camila Mendes, Vanessa Morgan, Shannon Purser, and Lili Reinhart, an all-star cast if you ask me. Their rendition of the song has nearly 2 million views on YouTube, so it's safe to say the song was a major hit with fans. If you'd like to hear it again, you can stream it right now on Lili Reinhart's official YouTube page.
You'd probably think it's bizarre, and that's the way things are.
17. This song comes from an episode that was, in essence, written in opposition to the ridiculous amounts of violence that are going on in public schools these days. The residents of Riverdale are all too familiar with this tragedy, both in the school system and on the streets. This song sees the cast line up at the front of the stage, begging for the town to let things cool off and return to normal so they can live normal teenage lives. Even though this episode tells the story of our favorite Riverdale teens, the writers seem to have aimed many of the songs at teens across the country and across the world, pleading to end the violence and help things return to normal. These days, teenagers aren't allowed to live their lives as they could a few decades ago. They're subjected to bullying, both in person and online. They're subjected to violence that has caused countless schools to resort to crazy methods to keep their students safe. It's sickening, and it seems like the cast of Riverdale is more than ready to take a stand.
You're the one I choose.
Candy Store. Candy Store was performed by Betty, Cheryl, Peaches, Toni, and Veronica. The original lyrics and music were written by Lawrence O'Keefe and Kevin Murphy, and were created to go alongside Heathers the Musical. This show really helped bring to life the relationship drama between Toni and Cheryl. The director of the show asked Toni to choreograph the dance, but Cheryl stepped in and began her own routine, pushing Toni aside. Even though a lot of people felt like this song was a little bit cringe, I have to admit these guys did an amazing job bringing the scene to life, and it really helped highlight all of the issues that Toni and Cheryl have been facing over the years. Stay Here Instead. This song fits better than any other song from many soundtracks the show has released. Alice was performing in the school play, taking on the role of Carrie's mother. The lyrics feature a line, "They'll take you and break you and they will leave you." Lyrics have never been more fitting for a Riverdale character. We know Alice grew up while working with the Serpents, though things changed when she found out she was pregnant. Hal wanted Alice to get an abortion, then walked out on her once Chick came into her life.
You are the love I was betraying.
A Night We'll Never Forget. This song comes from episode 31 as the teens are getting prepared for the Riverdale musical. They are all super excited about the show, but this song served as a clue about what would be lurking around the corner for our favorite characters. As fate would have it, this would be the day that Mitch would tragically lose her life when the Black Hood made his return to Riverdale. This would truly be a night they would not soon forget.
This will be just great. Oh, my life is gonna take flight. Can't wait till Saturday night.
Mad World. This song was performed by Veronica, Betty, and Archie and comes from the season 2 episode House of the Devil. Archie and Veronica were at a serious turning point in their relationship, and the opening line of Mad World truly helped us understand how these two were feeling as they scrambled to find their meaning in life. This is something I'm sure most of us can relate to at some point in our lives, but it struck a chord with the residents of Riverdale and gave us one of the most emotional scenes from the second season.
Mad World.
Veronica.
You'll Never Walk Alone. This song would pop up in the show after the Black Hood had made his fateful return, leaving the residents of Riverdale to fear for their lives and plunging the town into utter turmoil. After Midge was killed, everyone attended the funeral, and Cheryl led the song You'll Never Walk Alone, featuring the heart-wrenching lyrics, "At the end of the storm there's a golden sky." Even though everyone was terribly hurt by the loss of Midge, they were all left in fear of what the Black Hood may do next. This was one of the tensest seasons the show had ever seen.
At the end of the storm, there's a gold.
N. Betty's character has been beaten back and forth since the show began. She always seems to be tangled up in some sort of drama, and it's rarely her own fault. She seems to be a magnet for tragedy. When Betty sang the opening lines of the song N, it really struck a chord with most of us. And the first few seasons, Betty was always battling with her own sanity and the constant pressure that her parents put her through. She also had to fight her way through relationships with her friends and romantic partners, while also trying to work through the fiasco with the Black Hood. Betty was dealt a very difficult hand, but thankfully she seems to have come out on top all these years later.
Where I go, who I know, will I be alone on Saturday night?
You Shine. This song is widely considered to be the best song Riverdale cast ever performed. You Shine was performed by Betty, Toni, Cheryl, and Veronica, and the writers did an amazing job picking these guys for the job. They sang this song while Veronica and Cheryl were at a disturbing turning point in their lives as their families were falling apart. Veronica had been keeping her home life a secret from Betty, essentially ruining their relationship. She didn't want to seem like she needed the help of her friends, but really, what are friends for? Cheryl had been fighting a battle of her own after her mother had repeatedly abused her and she had been at odds with Josie. This song hit at just the right time, helping us to better understand what these guys were going through.
But I know deep down there's a fire burning bright.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and ring the notification bell for more videos.